Well, welcome, James, to the Psychic Breakfast Show this morning. Hello, James.
Hello, everyone.
And how are you doing this morning?
Well, I'm doing reasonably well this morning. A bit slow, the old bones.
Aren't we all just now?
It's an age thing.
Yeah.
But otherwise, I'm content.
That's good. Speaking about being content, during this last year now, it's hard to believe it's a year, Jim.
Yeah.
All these people who are going through the lockdown experience, and some people have stressed out and stayed in that stress, where some people have found that inner side. And, you felt me through a lot of challenges over the last few years and been a bit a mentor to myself. So what would you suggest to people just now? And tell me a little bit about yourself first and how you help people, Jim.
Well, about 3 years ago, my guidance showed me what I have to do to pass on to help the mind and for people to recognize that they are spirit that pervades this body and that this is only a dimension. And they've come into this dimension for whatever reason, it doesn't matter, because we're all individuals, even in spirit we're individual. But this dimension that we're in is a controlling dimension. And to recognize that we are controlled through our subconscious, the past, what we did, what we didn't do, what we said, what we shouldn't have said, emotions through this, that, and the other. And really, it's so simple, and it is that simple that it seems difficult. And all it requires is a little vigilance. If you like, Derek, I'll take you through it if you wish. So
yeah, we could try that.
Everywhere.
We could try that, and we can, in some ways, it's a form of teaching everybody.
Well, it is.
Yeah.
And it's just describing what I'm asked to do and how it helps others.
Mm-hmm. So I'll get relaxed.
You don't have to get relaxed, Derek.
Yeah,
all you have to do is just listen.
Yeah.
Listen without even involving.
Yeah. So
close your eyes.
Right.
You can start off with your eyes closed.
Right.
Now, the guidance is that the subconscious affects the conscious through holding and onto the muscles of the body, which is caused by holding the tongue. Wherever the tongue's pressing, it's caused by holding the breath as well. And this is brought on through this anxiousness, that anxiousness. So we start with just recognizing that it's me that's looking behind the eyes. Now, relax the jaw with the lips open. Let the weight of the jaw do it. Let the weight of the jaw drop. And as you do this, you'll find that the tongue follows. It starts to relax. And as you do this and drop the jaw and open the mouth, the throat opens. Now, the next thing to recognize is your feet. As you recognize your feet as we speak, you'll recognize that they're starting to get warm, that you'll find that there is energy flowing around your toes and around the underside of the feet, up around the ankle. And all you're doing is observing. You're observing now that you're still holding the tongue. So let the jaw relax. And the throat will open and the tongue will relax and the mind will calm. It's as simple as that. You start here, wanting nothing, needing nothing. I'm just observing behind my eyelids. And as I observe behind my eyelids, I'm sensing my feet. And now I'm recognizing the energy around my legs. And it should start off feeling like your feet are in warm water in a Wellington boot. And as you're doing that, you're starting to recognize your whole body. And all you're doing is just observing and keeping the jaw relaxed. And as you do this, you start off with keeping the jaw relaxed and take a breath in. Pause by holding it at the lungs, not the throat, not the tongue. Pause by holding it at the lungs. Now, when the body's ready, let the lungs collapse. Let the lungs do the work. And breathe out. You then pause. Let pause be again at the lungs. And when the body's ready, let the body breathe in. And you breathe in, you pause, and you pause with holding at the lungs, not the jaw, not the tongue. Keep them relaxed, always relaxed. Drop the jaw and open the lips. And when the body's ready, let the lungs collapse. Get the rhythm. And as you do this, you're starting to sense more of your body. Now, we all have auric fields. And when we're caught in mind, the first auric field comes straight in and holds tight against you, which means you'll blink it in the way you think and do. But as you do this, it frees up and you'll start to sense your energy. And the more you start to relax the body by allowing it to be relaxed and not being caught up in the mind, the more you'll sense. You'll start to sense the energy around your head, on top of your head. The more you get into this, the stronger it will feel. And all you're doing is just observing behind your eyelids, allowing the body to look after itself by keeping the jaw relaxed. Always go to the jaw and the tongue will follow. And the mind will stay calm. And all the while, I'm wanting nothing, I'm needing nothing. I just observe and sense. Now, it may feel like a meditation, but this is not a meditation. This is you, the observer, being fully recognizing the energy around you and bringing the subconscious mind to peace. And when it comes in, you just recognize it and you smile at it and you observe. Stay observant and it will dissipate. But always keep your jaw relaxed. Allow the lips to be wide open. Drop the jaw. Be vigilant with this to start with. And the joy that comes with this gets better and better. Does my body like this? Does my mind like this? Do I, the observer, like this? If any one of these things isn't there, you recognize the jaw and allow it to drop. Allow the lips to be open so that your throat opens up and you breathe in. You pause by holding at the lungs. And when the body's ready, you allow the lungs to collapse. Just let the lungs collapse and you'll feel the sensation of falling, but you're not falling. Your energy gets wider and wider. And as I look at Derek, your energy above your head has come straight down over your head at your ears. And when you feel it at the back of your head, cool, like a heart, really. You just breathe it in through the top of your head, pause, let the lungs collapse and breathe it straight out the feet. You feel it. and it will swirl out and come back round. At the start, you may not sense this, but the more you get into keeping that jaw relaxed, the tongue will relax on its own. If you make your tongue or jaw relax, you're caught in mind. And mind is very sneaky. It's just like a fly that bites you, takes blood. You don't recognize it till it's gone. And the subconscious mind's like that. And the subconscious mind should be treated. That was then, this is now. And really, it's like training a little puppy, not by forcing it, but just by observing. It's as simple as that. Now, Derek, can you recognize and sense the energy around your head?
Yeah.
Describe so that others can recognize as well.
Just like a lovely cloud floating above my head just now.
And it's all around, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Feels good. Does the body like this?
Body likes it.
Does the mind like this?
Just having to put up with it.
So your mind's getting involved then.
Sort of.
That's okay. Everything always is kindness. So you say to yourself, well, that's okay. And you just go back to allowing the jaw to relax while you're observing behind the eyelids.
Mm-hmm.
Kindness. Because we may be kind to others, but most of the time we're not kind to ourselves. Now, keep your jaw relaxed. Allow your lips to be open, and your tongue will relax there without you trying. Now, has your mind relaxed now?
Yeah.
And as that's relaxing, the energy around you, can you feel it?
Mm-hmm.
And the more you allow this to happen, the more joyous it is to the body. And the body is free of the mind because it's not involving itself in any of the muscles in your body, whether it be on your organs or on your frame. The subconscious mind with emotion affects you. And it's okay. Whatever was in the past was then. This is now. Recognize there's always now. And that energy goes into the past thoughts and allows them to come to peace. Therefore, peace comes to you. And all you have to do as you go about your day is allow your jaw to be relaxed. You can do everything while you're just allowing your jaw to be relaxed. Have fun with it. Now, Derek, do you recognize the energies at your ears and temples?
Mm-hmm.
Breathe it in. Pause with it by holding the lungs, Derek, not your tongue. And then when your body's ready, let the lungs collapse and let the energy go all the way down to your toes. And you'll sense it in your feet. Once you connect to your feet, you'll always stay connected. It's all about starting to sense and realize what you didn't realize before, that you are controlled through your mind. Now, Derek, describe what's happened energetically to yourself.
Feel very calm. Have a
Glad-
little calmness, like just light. And
What's happening with your feet?
they're
And
nice
legs?
and, feel nice and warm.
and your energy starts to flow easy because it's not being controlled by the mind.
Mm-hmm.
It needs vigilance to stay with the breathing and to recognize you don't have to change anything. It changes as you observe it. It changes quicker and easier. It's staying vigilant by observing, keeping that jaw relaxed. And have fun with it. It's not meant to be serious. All you have to do is let the jaw relax. In many ways, people go about with programs like a radio with 5, 6 stations on at once. That's how the subconscious affects you. And all this is doing is switching them off. Not by you trying, but just by you observing. It fades away. It is simple. It's meant to be simple. And you recognize the more you get into this, the smile is everywhere. Without you even trying it, you recognize I am the smile. Did you not recognize that?
I recognise it. I'm seeing bubbles of smiley faces.
It's meant to be happy. It's meant to be humorous. The biggest tool we all have is humor. And it's kindness. It comes with kindness because we all are kind. Now, take a huge breath in. Pause. Just let your head go back and drop that jaw. Drop it. And open your eyes.
Yeah. Oh.
Now, are things brighter?
Yeah.
Because the muscles behind the eyes aren't being affected.
Mm.
Everything looks brighter, clearer. And you're in now, aren't you? Your mind's not affecting you.
That's it. Feel relaxed, in control, and just
And that was only, what, a minute, 2 minutes?
a few minutes, yeah. Also, I was a bit conscious because people are going to be watching me, but that disappeared about halfway through that. That's why the jaw was tightening up. But you wouldn't have this. You wouldn't have this sitting in your own home. You're just watching this and trying it for yourself. You know.
And while you're sitting, don't scratch your face when the energy starts to come around you. Mm. Stay still because your mind's sneaky. It'll say, oh, scratch this, oh, move this. No, stay vigilant, don't move.
Mm-hmm. And do you notice the change in my energy just by looking as well, Joe?
Oh, I see it straight away. When I'm looking at you, that brightness above your head has come down and it's starting to flow down your neck. Do you not feel that going down your spine?
I'm feeling it, but it's just like that sixth sense we have when we're tuning into other people. And when we're relaxed, we can see the energy around you. Just like the picture you've got above you there with the chakras.
Oh, yes. In fact, that's brilliant because that shows you. Can I take the card and so they can see it to give them an idea?
Yeah. Yeah.
You see the first auric field there is red, but it isn't. It's shiny. There's a shiny line around the inside of that.
Yeah.
And that's our energy, and that gets wider, and it can go for miles. Yeah. The freer you are. And you don't have to try. And above you, you can see a line, and that we've all got a connection. That's our channel.
Mm-hmm. It's basically we're keeping that channel clear.
Yes.
And it's what we're saying to people is it's not hard. I mean, I've got so many people that say they can't meditate, Jim. They can't do
This is
mindfulness.
not a meditation.
It's not exactly. And you
This
can't
is
do
much better.
it's
You're
just
not out of yourself. You're bringing that energy, which is your energy, back in, becoming more you. Because when you're caught in your mind, in many ways, you're stepping back because you can't be fully in it. And you have that lostness feeling. And well, yes, but you're still connected. It won't,
so it's taking you're grounding them, Jim, aren't you? Because you're taking them to their feet, to their roots.
Once you've connected, you'll recognize you'll always be connected. Can you still feel the energy floating around your feet?
Oh yes, definitely, yeah.
Is it like your feet are in warm Wellington boots?
Yeah.
And you'll start to feel the coolness coming up. And that's that white glow that's around. I like that old advert in the 70s with the porridge boy, where he came out in Yorkshire and he's all glowing.
A ready breath. It's a ready breath, yeah.
Yeah. And people are pretty much like that.
Yeah. And you think with what everyone's went through in the last year, and your experience with, you know, some of your clients and some of my clients, we've had an increase some kind of the mental health type stuff when people stressed out.
Yes.
There's also an increase, Jim, on people who are becoming more relaxed and they've been at home. So it's been kind of a strange up and down, isn't it?
Well, see, if there hadn't been lockdown, you'd have been stuck hiding all this stuff at work. You would put everything in its way so that you're not involved. But you can't hide from yourself. That you don't get any satisfaction. In fact, when you're caught in your mind, there isn't any satisfaction. You could have all the money and possessions in the world and still be unhappy.
Yeah. And I think this is
I believe, sorry, Derek.
I think this has grounded a lot of people, because you think of all the wealthy musicians who love to perform and people who can't, like myself, not be able to do weddings or live shows, etc. And we found other ways to kind of enjoy our lives in a sense and not worry so much and learn.
There's no need for worry. It's no good to you. It doesn't help. An emotion really doesn't help. Empathy and sympathy is where we should be. And kindness, always kindness.
Yeah.
And if somebody's saying something not nice to you, or somebody's doing something bad, well, that's their shit, not yours.
Yeah. Their karma. It's like,
that's their stuff.
Yeah. Well, hopefully over the next couple of shows that we're doing in the new psychic breakfast show, Jim, we can have you back on and give me your words of wisdom and your knowledge. Yeah. I know you've helped me over the years, and you know it's good to have a different perspective as well, because for our clients and for our viewers as well, and we hope to have a lot more of this.
The good thing is about this, Derek, is you'll recognize nobody, but nobody is any better than you. Nobody.
That's not about ego either. It's about the self and being in the now. Yeah.
And through the years, as I've progressed into my calmness, I've always had the knowledge that there's nothing I can't do, but there's always been something stopping me from doing stuff. Now, I just do. If I'm asked to do something, I do it.
You've done some amazing things.
That's us this morning speaking about where we had been. Now, we all got the gift of doing whatever. We all have psychic abilities. We all have whatever.
Yeah.
Just the mind that's stopping us. And we were speaking about last night and where we were and what we were up to. And I was helping my brother, who's down in Edinburgh, who's got interference from spirit. And so I tuned in with my friend, and we went and had a look. And yes, there was a spirit there doing that. But what he was actually doing was making himself known so that he could get help.
Yeah.
And the thing was that, yes, we recognized he had been in the house, but we also recognized where he was, because we were being shown by spirit where they are. And it was a huge, big old house. I mean, we're talking almost like a castle type house, massive. And as soon as we got into the big hallway, there he was waiting, and not alone. There was about 20, 30 others waiting, and they all came, and all they had to do was just look up. And all we were doing was holding the space, as it were, so that they could look up and go to the light, because we all belong in the light.
I remember, Jim, somebody, I was phoned me up quite stressed up, and she was crying. She didn't know why she was crying. She was in her bedroom, and it was an old house, and it was in Aberdeen. And just like you said, tuned in, went there, asked who was there, and I got the impression as if the older guy there who was ill, and he kind of kept himself to himself. He didn't like asking for help, whatever, and he passed over, you know. But he felt so angry that no one came to see or help him, and he stayed in that room basically because he was so upset.
Thought form.
Yeah.
Stuck in thought form.
He didn't want to be. He was miserable with life because he was ill. But there was so many people, if he'd asked for help, that would have come. And when I asked her, connected to him through her, it says, ask him to look above himself. And then she stopped crying. He says, what is he seeing? His mother, his father, his family,
His mates,
his friends, his mates, all waiting for him. And then,
all smiling.
how do you feel now? He says, he's saying thank you to me and you. And she just felt this, just like I felt there, that relaxed feeling. And she went away, and all like the strange things that were happening in the house just suddenly stopped.
Yeah.
And it's kind of remote viewing, as we say, but it's kind of just when you're in that relaxed state, you can feel those energies around and help others.
We're all here to help each other.
And she's now opened up spiritually and doing her own thing now as well. And she's learned from it, because she thought she was getting depressed and bipolar, but it wasn't. It's something that attached to her because it was that house of the history, you know. So there's a fine balance. There's a fine balance, I think, between the mental health and actually what's going on. And there is mental health, there is chemical mental health and stuff like that. And we're aware of that, and we have to signpost to the doctors and whatnot for that. We've both experienced that side. But there is things that go on that we can sort out ourselves. But just using that compassion and love, you know.
Kindness.
Yeah.
But it's simple. It really is that simple, what I've shown you. But it takes a little bit of vigilance to stick to the breathing and allowing the jaw to relax. Not like you're doing right now.
Anyway, I found it hard because I'm thinking with my TV head. it's like what am I looking for?
You don't
But
need
then
that.
I just let it go. And I just let it go, and I was back in the zone. Yeah. And I hope,
you have a wee chuckle. Have a wee chuckle to yourself. I got caught. I like Homer Simpson. I use Homer. I go, oh!
So when we're playing this back, or when it's getting shown live, I'm interested in the comments that come in. Anyway, Jim, thanks for doing this for our new Psychic Breakfast show, and hopefully we'll get more of the same in the future. So I'll say cheerio for just now, Jim.
Well, it's nice speaking to you, Derek.
Yeah, and all the best to the family and stuff.
And bye just now, everyone.
Bye.
I've got to find